Here is an added option that you can purchase for the D-wheel assembly. This is an automated stop. This video will be instructions on how to maintain this automated stop. Right here is a conveyance card that drives the whole unit. If this card goes bad, we will show you how to snap a new one in. Line those 2 pins up on top. Take a flathead screwdriver, pop it in. As you can see, it's tight in. Once the card is in, we will now instruct how to fix or maintain this part here on the automated pin stop.
This is the coupler and the lead screw that are in this component. As you can see, there are 4 set screws in this coupler. 2 of them going to the lead screw and 2 of them will be going on to the PGD that drives it. This is one of the set screws. It's a dog point set screw that actually goes into 2 detents that are in this shaft that will actually locate it and drive it, as well as the other 2 set screws go into the keyway of the PGD. So basically what we want to do at this point is, if you have to take the lead screw out and change the nut, then you need to remove the PGD from the unit, which is held on by screws coming through the back side. You can see the keyway on the PGD. The set screws in the shaft have been tightened and in position, and what we'll now do is engage the PGD into the coupler, and you want to ensure that the coupler meets the shaft, that both shafts are touching inside, and then you lightly tighten the set screws to contact the key in the PGD, and then you will actually flip the unit over, and you can see that there are bolt holes in the PGD that line up with the holes in the base. And you want to start your screws, get those all in, make sure that all 4 are in before you tighten any of them. And we know that the PGD and the shaft are together in the center, so once these are in, then we are okay to tighten all 4 screws, snug them securely.
Once the 4 screws are tightened on the PGD, when we refer to PGD, this unit here is also known as a pulse gear drive, which stands for PGD. Once this is tightened and secured, you then go to the 2 set screws here, also known as the dog point screws, and make sure they're securely fastened. Now that these are tightened, snugged, we will now put our dust cover on. What this dust cover is it protects this from dust and debris from premature wear. And all it does is slide right over until it's snug. Now that we have our dust cover on, we can now show you how the proc sensor goes on. Keep in mind, when we were maintaining this unit, we had no power run to the card. It was all underpowered. Now we are ready to install the sensor. The sensor goes in this green clamp, and we will now show you how that's installed.
Basically, you just want to slide your sensor into the clamp and get yourself about a 1/8 inch to 1/16 gap and slightly snug the screws to where you can still move it and see to your light. Once you have that in, then we can add the power to the card just for the purposes of seeing the proc switch light and know that it is installed properly at the right distance. Once you plug the power into the card, you want to plug your sensor into the sensor port, and as you see, the light is not lit and will not light until it detects metal. So basically we want an air gap between our bottom blocks for our guides, and we want to get our light, yellow light here in the sensor lit, so that we know that we are not touching the steel in a safe distance, so that when it comes down and hits the stops that it will not damage the sensor. Once that is intact, then we can properly snug the sensor clamp to make sure that it doesn't move once we have our setting properly. So now that is set, the sensor is lit, the prox is secure, and we have an air gap here so that when it reads the prox, it shuts off the PGD at the right height.
Today we have shown you how to properly maintain our automated pin stop for the D-wheel assembly. If you have any questions, please refer back to this video or call us direct. Thanks.